Okay, we're in YouTube.
Here's Reverend Bill with your God Call.
Today we're going to have a little quiz. I'm going to say something and I want you to think about what you think about it. Here goes. We're going to have to tape that. Now, if your mind went to a torn piece of paper that needs to be repaired, that's one thing. And if you thought about somebody with an injury, a bad knee that needs to be taped, that's another thing. And if you think about a wonderful, brilliant idea that's so good it needs to be recorded right now, that's something completely different. So what were you thinking of when you realized we had to tape that?
Did you hear that winter's over? Did you hear that winter's over? The basil and the carnations cannot control their laughter. The nightingale, back from his wandering, has made singing master over the birds. Did you hear the winter's over and the soul goes dancing and the soul goes dancing? Did you hear the winter's over? Did you hear that winter's over? And the trees reach out their congratulations. Anemones blush, for they have seen the rose naked. And spring, the only fair judge, walks into the courtroom. Several December thieves steal away. Last year's miracles will soon be forgotten. New creatures whirl in from non-existence to today. Did you hear that winter's over? It's over. It's over. It's over. And a single narcissus flower has been appointed inspector of kingdoms, and a feast is set, and the wind is pouring wine. Love used to hide in images no more. The orchard hangs out its lanterns, the dead come stumbling by in shrouds. Did you hear the winter's over? Did you hear that winter's over? It's over. It's over. It's over.
It's a rumor that winter's over. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on. Good morning, New Thought Philadelphia. Folks who are joining us here at Falzer Club in East Falls, and the folks who are joining us on Zoom. Hey, hey, it's good to have you with us today. You guys know the rules. When you're on Zoom, keep yourself muted except when we're going to be sharing. In the room, just behave yourselves. Actually, the thing that I really like about getting together in person is the side conversations, and for myself, getting the response from the people in the audience, because on Zoom, it's just sitting in a quiet room talking to a machine. Let us start with a joyous cacophony. Everybody on Zoom can unmute and repeat after me. Folks in the room, you do the same thing. I open myself to love.
I open myself to love.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to the awareness of good surrounding me.
I open myself to the awareness of good surrounding me.
I know that love is right here, right now.
I know that love is here right now.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Okay, you guys mute, you guys hush, as I remind you that Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. Whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you here today, wherever you're heading next, we have been expecting you. Welcome home. We believe there is one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we each use that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. The way we like to say it, your new life begins with a new thought. If you have extra electronic devices that might be making a noise, especially those of us who are in the room, and I do have one that could be making a noise, so here I will tell all of them to just hush, and they'll talk amongst themselves, but quietly. I'm Bill Marcioni, the spiritual director at New Thought Philadelphia. Our music today is by the amazing Michael London. A lot of original music and lyrics from Rumi, which is awesome as far as I'm concerned. We have a triple play of practitioners today. Breen Rourke, RSCP, is going to do the meditation in a little bit. Joe Catanzaro, RSCP, is going to be doing the activation prayer a little bit later on. And Michelle Palamountain, PIT, practitioner in training, is making her debut as a practitioner student to do our opening prayer. Michelle's going to come on up and begin us the way we begin everything, with a practical prayer. Come on up.
Good morning. Let us start our time together with a gentle breath, gently breathing in and breathing out, and allow ourselves to be open to the oneness of life. I know that there is only one divine energy, one creative force that is love unfolding, beauty realized, peace experienced, and prosperity shared. This divine creative force is the expression of spring, the expression of life, the expression of all the seasons as we travel around this sun. I am, and we are this creative force. We are this creative urge that is pressing against us to be expressed. Like the bulbs in the winter coming forth in spring, I know that our time together is an opportunity to realize this love, beauty, and strength that is within each of us and shared among us. This is an opportunity to be open and go deeper and expand into our potential, to be open to the possibilities of creation in our lives, to be open to the energies of springtime as they come forth and give us new life. I know that the divine light, the divine spark that expresses in each one of us shines and grows and brightens us and the world today and always. I'm grateful for this realization of our divine light and how we share it in the world. And with this knowledge, I realize I release this to the law, knowing that it is. So it is.
What is? Thank you, Michelle, and congratulations. Nice debut. There we go. The reason we do a prayer, of course, is because it changes the experience of life that we're having. If anybody has a prayer work story, just go ahead and raise your hand or wave, and we would love to hear about it. I got a little prayer work story. April just joined us. April would otherwise have had the distance award today because she's in Idaho, except Fraser is here from Scotland. So good to see you both. And Edie Weinstein's good to see you as well. Been a minute. So anybody have a prayer work story? I have a whole bunch of them, but I'm going to save them for the talk. Okay. Michelle's going to come up when she has a prayer work story. And the rest of you, get busy praying.
I this week went up to upstate Pennsylvania. It's about a 4-hour ride. And I was coming home on Saturday and there was snow in upstate Pennsylvania and rain. And I just decided to treat because I didn't really want to, I mean, I was wise enough to say, let me leave a little later, but I decided to treat that I would have a safe and easy journey back to Philadelphia. And as it would happen, I had some very light rain and the rest was all dry, though I could see that on the roads, it had just stopped raining. And I could see that there was snow on the grass, but there was no snow in my way. So I was very grateful that I had no trucks. I didn't even treat for that. No trucks and good weather. So prayer works.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. And when we do a prayer that it's not going to snow, it's not that it's not going to snow. It's just that it's not going to snow in a way that's going to inconvenience us. So it can still snow, and it's going to. So we get to be okay with that. We have some announcements now, which are going to be shared with us by Joe. If we have a kazoo, kazoo away. Heavens.
This April showery information is on the website at newthoughtphilly.org. Sign up there for the weekly e-newsletter so that we can keep in touch. There will be another supportive gathering for challenging times on Zoom on Sunday, April 27th at 7 p.m. Join New Thought friends from around the world for an open, compassionate gathering where we can share our experiences or simply listen. Join us this week for a 15-minute meditation on Zoom. Meet a new friend or an old one. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings this week are also on Insight Timer Live. We've expanded our ability to interact within our community. Use the new online form to share your contact info, and we'll be able to more easily reach out to each other. The Practical Prayer podcast this week is Meditation with Carol and Reverend Bill. Listen where you get podcasts. You can also join the live recording session on New Thought Media Network tomorrow at 1 p.m. The Power of 8 Intention Circle meets every Monday evening from 6:30 to 7 p.m. to help bring new experience into the lives of the group members. God Calls are half-minute of inspiration. We heard one at the beginning of the celebration, and you can get them on your phone 4 times a week. And I have to say, they usually come at just the right time when you need them. Begin your free trial, 2-week trial at guidecall.org. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Insight Timer, and YouTube. Follow, subscribe, and like and share, and join the 2,154 spiritual adventurers on our group on meetup.com. Your financial support keeps New Thought Philly going. Please make a tax-deductible donation by Zelle, Cash App, check, PayPal, Venmo, credit, or debit card. You can even mail a check to the address in Ardmore. Thank you to the team that makes our celebrations work and has fun doing it. We get together before the celebration to put the pieces in order. To join the joy, email our volunteer coordinator. Next Sunday is online with What Can I Do? Reverend Bill reminds us that despite the problems that show up in our lives, we are partnered with an infinite power that stands ready to create something different. Live music by Jeff Lesser. The practitioners are available for professional sessions by appointment. After the celebration, me, Joe, will be available for a quick transformational miracle in a minute prayer. You can contact me through the website. We'll leave the Zoom meeting open after the celebration for casual conversation. Thank you. Woohoo!
This is the part of the celebration where if somebody is joining us for the second time, we have a lovely gift. And if somebody is joining us for is anybody in need of a lovely gift who's here in the room? Okay, I think we all have our lovely gift. Actually, Michael's second time, isn't it? It's my second time. Did you get a lovely gift the first time? Well, then it's a lovely gift coming right your way. There you go. Breen will present.
It's lovely. Thank you
It is.
so much.
It is a tool for writing the next portion of your story. We also have a blessing for our first-time visitors. I don't see anybody who's here for the first time on the Zoom either. Am I correct that? Nope, I think I know everybody who's here. So let's just bless ourselves. You ready? Rub your hands together, feel the warmth. Send it around to the people in the room, the people on the Zoom. We are the bright lights of God's love. I am so grateful for the wonderful way that love is shining. The light is shining and the love is unfolding. So it is. So Michael's going to do another song for us. As he does, the folks who are here in the room are going to go around and hug. The folks on Zoom can scroll through and make eye contact with the folks we're in community with. And if you feel like being jealous about not being in the room getting a hug, you can do that too. Michael.
This is a brand new song. We've all made it through winter. So let's look back at winter. Sometimes the difference between joy and pain is just going for a walk or connecting with somebody that you care about. February white sky, cooped up you and I. Oh, sun comes out shining, time to go outside. Sunshine, cold air, crazy world, don't care, and no more nightmare. We're out there in the winter sun, and snow stopped falling, and nature's sprawling, and trail is calling. We're out there in the winter sun. Just need to be with you, so free, so free. La, 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 la. And coat is cozy, and cheeks are rosy. Oh, time
We are now going to light the flames of faith. Breen will be lighting, and Nia will be reading, and we will be enjoying.
All right. We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people in all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the earth-based traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. Show that again. The reading today is going to be shared by Karen Judd. You're muted. There we go.
Apologize in advance for the yip yip you may be hearing in the far distant background. Here we go. And this is from the book called This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. Spirit withholds nothing from you. To believe that God refuses the good you desire is to deny the goodness of God. It is a refusal to accept the profound conclusion of the one who said, "It is done unto you as you believe." Often you might find that even though you start with an enthusiastic conviction, you become stranded on the rock of unbelief. Refuse to let this discourage you. The law still is done unto you as you believe. No matter how subtle the thought of lack, fear, uncertainty, or loneliness may be, they do not belong to you. Your affirmation can erase them. Become master of your thinking, hence, master of your fate. Always do this with a sense of union with good, for you have not been left alone to fight a losing battle or contend against powers of evil. You have been left alone to discover your real nature. That is, as an individual, you may consciously unite with the law of life and the presence of God. Do you remember the story of Jesus who told about the woman who came to a judge asking for help? At first, the judge refused her request because he was comfortably settling in with his family and did not wish to be disturbed. Do you remember how persistent this woman was? She refused to take no for an answer. She just kept knocking on that door until her faith and determination were rewarded. This is the story of your life and every man's life. Just keep right on knocking at that doorway of your consciousness until every no becomes a yes, every negation with an affirmation, every fear a faith. You cannot fail if you remain steadfast. Finally, the fetters of bondage will drop from you. You will walk out of your self-imposed prison only to discover that the door was never really locked and the windows were not actually barred. You were bound merely by chains of unbelief. So it is.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing. There's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love, and no, not just for some, but forevermore. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last. Till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing. There's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but forever. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord. If you wanna know and what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing. There's just too little love. And what the world needs now is love, sweet love. And no, not just for some, but for everyone. What the world needs now, the world needs now. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Michael? It's amazing you listen to a song that you've heard for a long time, performed differently, and it's a completely different song. It's wonderful. I love springtime. A lot of people love springtime. There's so much that's going on in springtime. Got a lot of energy to it. The talk today is Ready, Set, Spring. And one of the things that we like the most about springtime is the contrast, because it's been cold and dark and things have been stagnant and not moving for a long time. And then there is this sudden growth. There are buds, there are blossoms, there are sprouts, there's germination, there's newness all around us. And it's an exciting time. We've had 80-degree sunny days filled with promise and possibility. We've got daylight saving time going on, which means that the days are lasting longer. There's everything to be happy about. And then last week, one morning it was 28 degrees. It's like, wait a second, what happened to my spring? Some of the folks who were joining us on our daily meditations had snow. Some of them surprising, a little bit of snow. Some of them a lot of snow. And it's like, it's April. It's springtime. What's going on? Why is this happening? It's because it's springtime, and that's what happens. This is what happens in April. And we get impatient. Where's my transformation? I want my springtime, and I want it now. I'm ready for spring. Ready, set, spring. I've been getting ready for this all winter long. And as I've been thinking about springtime, I'm wondering, because we look at nature and there's just so much lushness and beauty, the fragrances and the possibility coming up. I just wonder if springtime is a lot of work for the plants. Maybe they took the winter off. Maybe they just look forward to the break. Maybe the trees are spending the entire spring and summer and fall working. Oh, got to get my photosynthesis going. I need to bring in as much sunlight as I can. Okay, grow some more leaves, let go of the leaves, grow some more leaves, let go. Maybe it's a lot of work. I don't know. The birds in my yard seem very happy, but I don't know. I'm probably projecting that onto the birds. Are the birds happy? They're singing. Maybe they're songs of warning. I don't know. Maybe it's like a chain gang singing. I don't know. Maybe it's just the sort of thing that they do. A friend of mine gave me an amaryllis bulb. This thing came in a plastic pot. My instructions were to keep it in the sunshine and give it a little bit of water once a week. And that thing grew to like 18 inches tall. A gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful flower, just sharing itself. And then it got so heavy it tipped over. And then it started to fade and wither, and it's gone now. So, springtime. Yes. Wait. And a lot of the things that we're doing where we're celebrating spring are actually a lot of work. Anybody familiar with the term spring cleaning? Anybody do any spring cleaning? Anybody have to do some spring cleaning? Yeah. And there's some stuff that we've been doing all winter long, and it's time to put some of those wintertime things away, and it's time to go through some of the things that were left over from last year that we never got rid of, and clean up and make some space. We do gardening metaphors in New Thought a lot about planting seeds and creating newness in our lives, and planting seed ideas and creating something new. And I have a garden. I'm having a vegetable gardens here, and I've been growing tomato seedlings in my basement for the last few weeks. And that's some work, clearing out the space and doing all the stuff and putting up the grow lights and all the rest of it. And the idea is not, let me do all this stuff in my basement in March and April. The idea is, let me have fresh tomatoes in July and August. But there's work. There's work and activity that's involved. So it's not just boom, springtime, happiness, it's all of a sudden upon us. There are people who are saying, uh-oh, beach season is coming up. I've been eating too much all winter. It's time to change my behavior so I can go to the beach and not feel uncomfortable about myself when I'm at the beach. So even though there are joyous, happy activities that are going on, that burst of energy and sunshine, sometimes there's some work, sometimes there are some challenges. And the important thing to remember is that it's not just one story. There's a lot that's going on. We had a family gathering last night, It was Passover, so we had a Passover Seder. And it's a joyous opportunity for the kids to come over and for us to hang around together and have this celebration. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Spring cleaning. Well, you have to vacuum. You have to vacuum anyway. But if there's people coming over, you specifically have to vacuum. And this is the day that you have to vacuum at the same time that you're preparing the dinner, at the same time that for a Passover, you're getting ready for the program because you have to tell the story of Passover for the Seder. And it's a lot of work. And yes, it's a joyous occasion. Is it worth it? Well, if you talk to people who used to have some sort of an annual celebration and now they don't anymore, it suddenly became unworth it. And if you find yourself called to, let me have this celebration, I'm gonna host the holiday this year, there's some energy that goes into that. And it's about being in the balanced place of being okay with the amount of energy that we're putting into it. So there's something that you're doing to bring your springtime, your next blossom of whatever you're bringing into the world, to bring that around. And we always get to ask ourselves, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And look at the big picture. Do I have the energy? Do I have the money? Do I have the resources? Do I have the time to make this be the event and the activity that I want to? And if I'm going to let it go, if I'm going to pass on this one, am I going to be okay with that? So it's about finding our equilibrium and our balance point rather than just saying yes to everything. I don't think oak trees decide, oh, I'm not going to drop something this particular season. My oak trees are dropping stuff all year long. And I'm not sure if they're having a good time, but I hope they are, because there's a lot of cleanup to do for an oak tree. It's not just the acorns, it's the pollen that's coming down now and all the rest of the stuff. Because of the Passover Seder that we celebrated last night, I was reminded of the Passover story. And you've heard this is the story of Moses leading the Jews to the promised land. And the big Passover was the last of the plagues that killed the firstborn child in every family. Because the Jews were prepared, the angel of death passed them over. Good story. Good story. But there's a backstory there about how they got to be enslaved in Egypt and firstborn male child dying anyway. And the story is that many, many, many moons before that, the Canaanites were in a famine. So there wasn't enough to go around and they were going to die off. So their leadership said, let's see if we can go to Egypt. We went to Egypt, made a deal with the Pharaoh. Can we stay here? Pharaoh said, sure. Put them to work. And it turns out they were pretty effective. They were good workers. And they also grew large families. And there kept being more and more and more of them. And so Pharaoh got a little concerned about this. So he enslaved them. Whoops, that's not why we came here. We came here for lunch. We came here to get away from the famine. So then they found themselves enslaved. And then Pharaoh decided, we really need to keep this population under control. So he came up with the idea of killing the firstborn male child in every family, keep the population down, keep them under control. This is one of those things where you have a great idea, not you. Somebody has a great idea and it backfires because one of the kids who was going to get killed was Moses. And he got saved and inadvertently got raised by Pharaoh. And then he got put in charge. Were they victims of their own success? They could have stayed and, perished in the famine. They could have gone to Egypt and sort of half-assed it and not really stood out and not threatened the Pharaoh, hiding their light, so to speak. Were they victims of their own success? Are there ways that you are a victim of your own success? Are there ways that you have invited something into your life and then you find, oh my gosh, I have this thing in my life, now I'm responsible for it? The stories in the Bible, as I have said a lot of times, are historical or metaphorical or metaphysical. They are not labeled. It does not tell you ahead of time which one is which. There's great misunderstanding for many people who think that something that's metaphorical is historical. This is something that actually happened. Well, probably not. But we get to learn from the stories and from the richness in the telling. Maybe some of the things that we think are metaphorical actually happened. I don't know. Today is Palm Sunday, which is the day that in the Bible says that Jesus came into Jerusalem. And there was a big celebration and there was a parade, and it was probably a protest. It was probably a protest. And it was the week before Passover. So he was there for Passover. And then it did not go as well as he had planned, or not sure what he had planned, but the next Sunday is Easter Sunday. And we celebrate, Christianity celebrates Easter Sunday as the rising from the dead. And that is hugely metaphorical and metaphysical for us. Because in order to rise from the dead, in order for the phoenix to rise from the ashes, it has to be dead. The phoenix has to burst into flames. Okay, in order for the butterfly to emerge from the cocoon, whatever the caterpillar was is gone. So what's the transformation that you're involved in now? What's the spring cleaning that you're doing? Are you going to have a metamorphosis? Are you going to have a rebirth? Are you going to have a transformation? Are you going to get rid of those extra 5 pounds? I mean, there's no judgments. Whatever it is that you're intending to create, whatever it is that we're opening to, we get to, again, the agricultural metaphor, we get to plant that seed. We get to till the soil, we get to tend the garden, and then we get to harvest the good that we're seeking. So it's a whole big process. It's not a sudden gift that shows up out of nowhere. It's the way that we engage with it. And even when we're in that dark winter time, we can be preparing and opening and allowing and getting ourselves ready so that when our springtime comes along, there's something spectacular. So that's the invitation for each of us, for each of you. Plant some wonderful seeds, have a beautiful, bountiful springtime, and let something blossom. You deserve it. So it is.
These words were written in the 13th century by Rumi, and then translated by Coleman Barks, The Springtime of Lovers. Springtime of lovers has come, that this dust bowl may become a garden. Proclamation of heaven has come, that the bird of the soul may rise and fly. The springtime of lovers has come. The sea becomes full of pearls. Salt marsh becomes sweet, and the stone becomes a ruby from becomes holy soul. Holy soul. The intellectual is always showing off. And the lover is always getting lost. The intellectual runs away, afraid of drowning. But the whole business of love is to drown in the sea. Springtime of lovers has come, that this dust bowl may become a garden. Proclamation of heaven has come, that the bird of the soul may rise and fly, may rise and fly. Springtime of lovers has come, that this dust bowl may become a garden. Proclamation of heaven has come, that the bird of the soul may rise.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you, Michael. So I'm going to lead us in a bit of a meditation now. And I was just thinking about that idea, the springtime of lovers has come. And we are all lovers because we are all love, because that's all there is love. So we're going to try to incorporate a lot of this into our meditation. So I invite you to get comfortable wherever you are. If you're seated, maybe sit with your back straight, feet flat on the floor. And just relax. Close your eyes or allow them to go to a soft focus. Just be here now, in this springtime of lovers. I invite you to take a nice, full, deep breath, breathing in. Hold and exhale. And feel yourself relax. Just think about the spring. Things start to grow and bloom. If you notice, it doesn't happen all at once. Around here, the daffodils are the first to bloom. Sometimes poking up through the snow. Hostas start to peek out of the ground. Different trees start to bud. Different plants grow and bloom at different times throughout the spring and even into the summer. But not everything happens all at once. It's a great metaphor for life sometimes. How different things are growing within, blooming at different times of our lives. In this spring now, what is working its way from within to without? What new good is expressing in your life now? There's always good happening. We just need to be aware of it. Bring that good to mind. Let it wash over you. Let it fill you. Let it blossom and grow and express in the world. Maybe it's a daffodil. Maybe it's a forsythia. Maybe it's the dandelions. Whatever it is, open to it now. As we go into the silence, just feel that experience of good growing within you.
springtime. We have a full pink moon that rose last night. Easter, a time of celebration of life and fertility. All of this is a time of release, expressions of energy, growth, life, blooming, and transformation. All seeds that we can plant to bring into our lives. All things, forms of energy that we can release so that we can grow and bloom. So for all of this good, I'm grateful. I can feel the energy in this room, in this community, and I'm grateful. And I will release that word, my word, to the law that always says yes. And so it is. Take a breath. Shrug your shoulders, move around a little bit. When you're ready, come back to the room. Open your eyes, and Michael will play us another wonderful song.
We've lost our way, we feel it today. The world's upside down. But can we find our way back home? Find our way back home. It's not something we can buy. We can't get there with a lie. And rage doesn't know how to find the way back home. Find the way back home. We can't tell our facts from opinions or prepare for tomorrow today. Our world's getting hotter and hotter. Can we still save our children? Can we still find our way? The soul looks to art, the road to the heart, a melody true, a song to find our way back home, find our way back home. Anxiety for practice. It tells us when things might go wrong. Identity tries to protect us, but it can keep us from seeing that we all belong. When we hear each other's voice, we make a better choice, and the path becomes clear, and we can find home, find our way back home. And home is the place we are seen, planting the seeds that we sow, and respect can take root in that garden, and with kindness and truth together we grow. Inside me and you, we know what is true, and we know where to go. And we can find our way back home, find our way back home. Find our way back home, find our way back home. Oh, we can find our way back home, find our way back home. Can find our way back home, find our way back home.
Thank you, Michael. So what's blossoming? What seeds have been planted for you that are coming up? What is it you're inviting into the world? If you have something that you'd like to share, this is an opportunity to give voice to it. If you're still waiting to germinate, that's okay too. If you're online, you can click your reaction button or otherwise wave. Robin. Go ahead and unmute. There you go. I'm not hearing Robin. Is Robin saying anything? There you are.
For the last year and a half, I've been trying to relocate, and I have successfully done so. I'm in a different province, starting my life afresh, but there have been some bumps along the way that I did not anticipate. So I'm in limbo between officially signing my lease tomorrow and moving in 2 weeks, moving the rest of my belongings. So it's a bit of a plant and sow and wait for the harvest, and hoping that it'll be the abundance, that the yield will be abundance. There will be abundance in the yield. So it's just, I love the gardening metaphor, and I am hopeful for the future, but I am being cautiously optimistic and trying to have faith in what will be, but looking for, right now it's just challenging, but looking towards the future for sure. Thank you.
What's the distance did you move? How far did you go when you moved?
About 200 kilometers away.
Okay, so that's sizable enough. Like moving here from New York. Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Something you'd like to share? Something you want to give voice to? That's it. Michelle, come on up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's okay. Well, speaking as we do about seeds, Bill scattered seeds on an email in August. And I thought, oh, practitioner training. That can't be that hard. You know, what's a Science of Mind course? Once a week. It's in Zoom now. It's even better. You know, maybe a chapter or two. But it's a journey. And so it started in September. With my other colleagues, some have they're planted, and others the seeds are growing. But it's spring, and we're in our third term of our first year, And I find that the spiritual growth, the knowledge, the wisdom, the support has been amazing. And here I am. I'm poking my head out of the soil today. And I'm grateful for that. So there. Okay.
No, we'll go too far.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Anybody else? All right, Michelle, you're up again for the offering.
So it is. New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We have a basket in the room and a donate button on the website to make a donation by Zelle, Cash App, credit card, PayPal, or Venmo. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore. We are grateful for every way you share. The offering affirmation is on the screen. We'll all unmute and say the affirmation together. I live in an abundant universe. I am one with the infinite source of all good. I am the center of conscious prosperity. I enjoy the richness of life. I bless my gift. I share my gift with gratitude and joy. And I know that as I give, I do receive.
So it is.
So it is. We sounded like the Robins in Bill's yard.
You guys on Zoom, mute one more time. Michael, one more for us.
I love that metaphor of poking your head out of the soil. That's going to stick with me. A thousand half-loves must be forsaken. walking, but there's no one place to get to. Just move within, but don't move the way that fear makes you move. And want to be somebody else. You don't see your own face, your own beauty. No face is more beautiful than yours, and 1,000 half loves must be forsaken. Take one real, true, whole one heart, one whole heart. Oh, take us home. Home.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everybody who made the program today possible. What a wonderful, wonderful time it is. Springtime is underway. We're going to close with another cacophony. So if you're in the room, you can stand up, and if you're on the Zoom, you can unmute. And if you want to, you can take the hand of somebody who's nearby. Always somebody nearby. There's always something. Go ahead, repeat after me. I am love.
I am love.
I am light.
I am light.
Blossoming.
I am
Blossoming.
I am blooming.
I am blooming.
And my light is shining.
My light is
And
shining.
so it is.
So it is. Amen.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, Karen.
My pleasure.
Thanks, everybody who's out there.